All right, yeah, all right. Welcome back to a lifetime of conversation.
Oh, hi, we're here.
We're
Hi.
here. Hello.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Yeah, I was just at the grocery store not too long ago, and I shop at this one where you get a cardboard box or whatever, and you put your stuff in it. They don't give you bags, plastic bags and
Right,
stuff like
like
that. And if you want,
Aldi's?
yeah,
Okay, yeah.
yeah, all these we could say the name of it, whatever. Who cares?
Whatever, yeah.
So you could get like plastic bags for like 2 cents or whatever it is if you want to buy them. So, and I'm thinking, I'm like, well, why don't they just give you plastic bags?
For 2 cents. Or why don't you just charge people $1 for each bag? Because then you really won't buy it.
Right.
Right? Like, I actually went to Aldi's with the kid last week, and, we just needed one bag, right? We had enough for what we had.
Yeah.
But I was like, all right, they have paper bags. So I'm at the register. I'm trying to scan the paper bag. It has a code on the bottom. Nothing's scanning. I'm looking around. Nobody's paying attention. I'm like, just take the bag.
Right.
I'm
Just
like,
take it.
At this point, at least it's not plastic.
Yeah. That's right.
'cause I wanted to pay for it, but your scanner didn't work, and no one's helping me.
Right. So in case this ever comes down to court, you have the evidence right here that you are a paper bag thief.
Right.
On the record,
Yeah.
officially
Yeah, on the
a paper.
record.
But I'm saying but why don't they do plastic bags?
Do you
Just-
really want the?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I mean,
We're
why
trying
wouldn't they
to
just
stop
give
this.
you why?
What do you mean?
Why don't they just give you plastic bags?
Didn't we do like at least 2 episodes on the PET on the non-recyclable plastic? What bags are made? of?
Oh, so they don't give you plastic bags because they're bad for the
Well,
environment.
all right. It's really probably just to save face.
Well,
They
I
don't-
mean-
I don't think they honestly care.
Okay,
There's like 2 people in the
thi-
company
because
that cares.
this is what I'm talking about. It's
Right.
hypocrisy.
Oh,
They're
yes,
all
yes,
hypocrites.
Yes,
All these
I
grocery
won't
stores
deny
are
that
hypocrites.
because I think it for good intentions gone to bad reasons. Whatever. I mean, it's more like if we don't do this, people are gonna think illy of us. I think.
Okay, so I take the bottle of Diet Coca-Cola, I put it in the paper bag. Do you know how long it takes for that bottle to decompose? 450 years.
Oh, the plastic itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, which part too? And
The cap probably takes
the
1,000.
cap
Who,
takes longer.
God knows.
And it also depends on whether it gets mixed into the water system right away or if it gets put in the landfill. Sure, the water system will break it down quicker,
All
but then
right.
it just goes right into the food.
So you're trying to shit on my paper bags now?
No,
I'm saving the world.
No, I
Dave.
was-
I'm saving.
No, I agree with you.
They're saving the world, and I just think, how come everybody in the supermarket all at the same time isn't saying, "Guys, is it just me or is this bullshit?"
Or how about you just go down the aisle, any aisle, and just start counting plastic bottles?
Yeah.
Right? They're just as guilty as the plastic bags,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because, again, we've already established that at this point, I'm going to put a number in it. It doesn't matter whether it's exact. 96% of all plastic recycling is bullshit.
Of course it is.
Maybe let's be kind and say, I'll say 92. I'm still wrong. It's definitely higher.
Yeah.
Is not recyclable.
But
It
it
goes in
makes
the garbage, and especially if you don't rinse your mayonnaise out. Oh no, that goes in the garbage because they can't. The machine can't rinse mayonnaise out when it recycles it.
Right.
So it's got to be clean. That's why back in the day, remember, like in New York, we would my dad, we'd save all the soda bottles, go to Pathmark,
Yeah.
and like
Crunch,
put them in the
crunch,
machine. Now, I used to pay for gas with that money. I mean, they were like 3 friggin' lawn bags worth of shit. But it took a while, and its place stunk like rotten soda and beer cans. But you had to rinse them before you put them in there. And the thing, if there was something in there, it wouldn't even take it. It would spit it back out.
Yep.
Right? Because they know by weight and all that and whatever. But yeah, that's,
Yeah. So people, there's such hypocrites. Maddie, if you piss on the floor, I will throw you out that window. Yeah. So just hypocrisy.
the dog, not me, by the way, Peter. I urinated before we started.
Okay. Good. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Actually, I'm peeing right now in the chair. Is that okay? You said not the floor, right?
You didn't even have to tell me. I just blamed her later on. But yeah, but these companies, they could do something alternative, something else other than plastic, but they're not going to do it because it will cost them a little bit of money. But isn't it worth it to save the world? These are the same companies telling us we need to save the world, but they can't shave a little bit of profit off of their infinite amount of money that they have.
They could, but whatever they lose in profit goes to the customer. So we would pay more for the groceries. That's it. It is really just that simple.
They're not losing anything.
No, they don't. They would never lose anything. They would just charge more, and we would pay. And then you would go someplace that had something cheaper, right? So in sense, they are losing in a way. But I agree with you. The fact that we even talk about it as regular citizens on a whole is still better than it was because we're trying. I mean, they're looking into making things out of like natural, plant fibers.
Yeah, they could use
plastics.
hemp.
Not for plastic, but like there are certain polymers that come from plants that you could. Even there was an amazing one. They were using the shells from shrimp. Mm-hmm. You know, and you're like, wow, that's great. But the problem is really, you're right. It's money. It's always money, of course. Right. It's industry. It's infrastructure. So you need to build a whole new thing to make this new thing when we already have this other thing that makes way more, way cheaper, and not recyclable. Mm-hmm.
So fuck you.
Yeah.
Basically fuck you.
Until there comes to a point where there's like federal law or it's completely banned and you just it's illegal.
That'll never happen.
It would be like LSD and psilocybin. Yeah. It's illegal to sell plastic, right? You go to jail and then there's a black market for plastic.
But then the people that make the plastic will go to the politicians that pass the law and pay them money.
Oh, they're already in most of their pockets. That's why it's lasted so long.
And it's legal. They're allowed. If I make plastic, it's perfectly legal for me to give you, the lawmaker, money to not pass that law.
The first thing you have to do is take, and it's not money out of politics. It's big money, like stupid, ridiculous, exorbitant money out of politics. And again, it's all the trickle effect, the domino effect. To get down to that last domino, I mean, the first, it's like those, the first domino is really, really big.
I want pizza, and you keep saying Domino's, please.
Sorry.
and okay, so hypocrisy. And then another one, like I can't remember which celebrity it was. It doesn't matter. They're all the same.
Yeah.
It's just a different mask. You pull the mask off, you put another mask, it's a different celebrity. But they were somewhere talking about climate change, and they were crying because they really care so much about it.
Right.
Whatever. Or maybe it's just all the prescription drugs that these people take all day long. Possibly. But then they got on their private plane, all by them and a pilot, and fly home on their private jet.
Yeah. And you see, yes, and I don't disagree that they probably really do care, right? This is like something that they care about. But someone like that can't, because whatever they do is like 50 to 100 of everyone else, right? Like you said, the private plane is a good example. They also don't have to worry about groceries.
No, they don't
spending
care.
money, right? So when they shop, they could get the super recycled, I'm doing air quotes, organic food, right? All food is organic because that's
it comes from
right?
the earth.
Anyway, you could just say non-pesticide or natural pesticides, right? Vinegar and stuff like that. Yeah. But anyway, they have all the money to spend on that. So they can source their chickens from the right place that only free ranges them, and the cows that are massaged and fed, little chocolates on their giant cow pillows. I mean, I don't know, but the rest of us have to do you have to skimp by? We're lucky if we can have the things we need.
But these people don't shop. You think Alec Baldwin walks down the Pathmark aisle with a cart?
No, but they still have to shop. I mean, do they have somebody shop for them, or do they just shop online? Like, okay, so maybe you just do it online, so you don't have to leave your house, right? You're a celebrity. I don't want to leave my house, and I put a hat and glasses.
No, they have people. They have people do inventory of their stuff and buy it for them.
Or they have that smart fridge that automatically orders everything for them because
they don't know how much groceries cost.
This is my point. So they're a bad example. They're good for, let's say, I guess, the non-hypocritical, spreading the word of what we should be doing, but they are the yeah.
It's the do as I say. Not
I
as
think
I do.
you nailed it on the first thing, was the private plane. I mean, yes, planes. There's no way around it. Until they all go electric, we're wasting more out of that, and that's different kind of pollution. So that's air pollution. That's not like plastic pollution, but in turn, it doesn't matter. If you're saying save the whales because no plastic in the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, but you fly around, you're like, well, fuck the ozone. I don't care about the atmosphere. I don't care about the carbon. I don't care if the world gets warmer. And then at the same time, do they even realize that if the world gets warmer, the oceans get warmer, the whales die, the coral dies, right? And everything goes along with the coral. What eats this and that? The domino effect. It just goes back to it. Yeah. It's difficult. I watch this shit all the time. It's all I watch, and I want to be hopeful. And you can be, because we are making strides, but I just think it's like everything else. It takes so long, whether it's bureaucracy, infrastructure, just sheer vast numbers of volumes of money.
I'm just sick of celebrities. I hate them. I mean, they're gonna tell me what to do with my life. And then, do you know my favorite part of these cocksuckers are? It's like,
I hope we never become famous. Rob's gonna hate himself.
No, because I know what not to become. Like
I wonder if they all said that.
well, I mean, most of them. Okay, being a celebrity in Hollywood, they're not there because they're great actors. That's not why they're there. I mean, you and I can.
Isn't it a job?
It's a job, but how do you think they got that job? If you had
usually a lot of it's like networking, people you know, and being lucky, and
people that you're related to, like George Clooney. Guess who his aunt was? Rosemary Clooney, the singer from the 40s and 50s.
Yes, I didn't know that. Yeah.
I mean, all these people are related to somebody. Like, if you had a job and you could hire somebody to have this job doing this amazing thing, making shitloads of money and having a wonderful life, wouldn't you give that to your daughter instead of Jane Doe down the street?
Isn't that pretty much half of every job is not only what you can do, but who you know?
Yeah, but
even on the small scale.
Yeah, but who cares about those jobs? I'm talking about the best ones in the world. This is Hollywood I'm talking. I'm specifically talking about Hollywood. I understand that,
but it just raises... Okay.
But that's not the end of my point. I'm just saying, that being said, I mean, they're a little clique where, they protect each other from molesting children. They'll don't say anything.
And then they're in a union, too, which is even crazier.
Yeah, they're in a union. So now what they do, they go to work, and they think, Tom Cruise thinks he's the coolest guy in the whole effing universe, whatever. Good for you. Congratulations. You slid out of
a midget hobbit dork who believes aliens are coming down to save him.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we can even...
Let's not even start on Scientology, please.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay, so that they stand in front of a camera, that they're wearing a cape or whatever. Like, look at me, I'm Superman. I could pick up a car and save the kid. Yay, And then like, wow, you did that so great, pretending that you were somebody else standing in front of a camera. Let's give you a little golden statue. Yeah, I want that little golden statue. So now the way that they get these little golden statues is that they have to campaign for them like a politician.
Oh, you mean the Globes or the
Emmys, Oscars, whatever.
Right,
So yeah. So they have to campaign for them, and then whoever runs the best campaign is, I guess, the best actor too. Okay, good for them. So now they go to their little party, which we're not invited for. I mean, we could watch it on television, but we're not invited.
No.
Yeah, and people actually sit home
and
even
afford
watch
one shoe of what they wear to those things.
Yeah, they're ridiculous. And then who made this dress or whatever. But okay, so now we're not invited to their little party, of course, because we're just the idiots that spend $18 on popcorn to watch Tom Cruise.
Actually, we're the ones that watch it. We're the purest form of customer, and we can't go. But that's fine. You're right.
Yeah. Okay, so now Tom Cruise already knows he's going to win the award. That's why every time somebody wins an award, they never stand up in the middle of the aisle. Oh, excuse me, coming through. They're right on the end. Poopy, and they run up the stage. And then they collect their little award.
Oh, that's funny. I never noticed that. You mean like they have to go cut through like 7 people to get out?
Yeah. Excuse me.
I don't watch those things, but I never noticed that.
Coming through. And then once they get up, somebody sits down in their seat for them.
Right, because you can't have an empty seat.
Can't have an empty seat. Yeah. Even when, So people get paid to sit down on Tom Cruise's fart cushion while he goes up there and thanks God or whoever alien he thanks for his award, his little golden statue. And these idiots watch it on television and did you hear Tom Cruise won Best Actor? I just want to punch you in the face and be like, you just won Best Punching Bag.
Yeah.
Good for you. Yeah.
What sparked this hatred all of a sudden of actors and actresses or famous people?
I don't know. I've been watching Dexter, and I'm like, if I could kill, who would I kill? Tom Cruise. Boom.
The show is influencing you.
No. I'm just kidding. No, I mean, this is just stuff. I'll be driving to my work truck, and I'll be in a perfectly good mood, happy, I stop to let the old lady cross the street, and then I did this little thought like that will sneak into my head like a seed, and I'll start thinking, and the flower will start to grow and grow petals. Next thing you know, I have this mean look on my face, and I'm like, "Them son of a bitches!" And I'm like, "What the hell is wrong with you?"
You said nothing for this entire time, but in your head there was conversation.
Oh yeah, and I actually have to talk myself down. I'm like, "What are you doing? Stop it! Stop it! You're having such a nice day.
This is ridiculous. There's nobody even here." Who am I talking to?
Yeah. It's like I'd be sitting in a coffee shop, somebody next to me, and out of the blue, I'd be like, I think I hate Gilbert Gottfried. And he'd be like, what the hell is this guy talking?
I do hate that guy's voice, though.
Gilbert Godfrey.
God, I hate his voice.
Welcome to a lifetime of conversations.
Nobody talks like that all the time. Like he's like.
No, I mean, can you, I mean, do you know what I did? I look at people like that, and I'm like, and I look at them on Wikipedia, and I'm like, okay, married to this one. Like, somebody married him. Somebody walked up to Gilbert Gottfried, found him sexually attractive, and then had a child with him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, who's to say that's, people are attracted to humor. People are, attracted to all kinds of
Dude,
things.
I don't care how
People
funny you
are attracted to
are.
money.
He's Gilbert Gottfried has this sex appeal of a school bus going off a cliff on fire. Okay.
I think that's why he stopped doing movies, and he did mostly. He was a big voice actor for cartoons, children's stuff, and like different. I mean, he was perfect for that. Great, do that, right? Because then at least it's a kid's cartoon, and the annoying voice is supposed to be annoying.
Yeah, it's supposed to be. I mean, I can't imagine like a woman being attracted. Like, how about a blowjob? Oh, Gilbert, I'd love
That's what
to.
I'm pretty sure he doesn't talk like that when he gets home.
I know.
But people always would say that, like I'd say something about someone. Like, I guess it was more when I was at the range, right? And I love Jim Carrey. I always have, since.
He's lost his mind lately.
And okay, fine. Well, we all do with senility and time to.
But
and he got out of the business, so maybe he's just bored and lost in his own head, trying to talk himself down from bad thoughts, right?
He thinks he doesn't exist. Okay. I mean, that kind of shit. Yeah.
All right,
but yes,
all that
I
aside,
love Jim
right,
Carrey.
This is what actor. I get, or the ones at the range, they'd be like, he hates guns, and I'm like, I'm like, I don't understand why I was like, I liked him in Ace Ventura, or I really liked the Truman Show, and you're like, he hates guns. What the fuck does that have anything to do? I don't care what his political agenda is, what his personal affiliation is. He's funny. He's an actor. This is why we watch television. This is why you watch Dexter.
Yeah.
I mean, this is why we entertain, right? Yeah. And it's like, I don't go into the personal. I don't care. I don't care. I already know that they make way more money than I'm ever going to make in my entire life doing three things, right? Which I sort of think is unfair, but that's capitalism. Can't really fight it, right? Whatever. We've talked about this. But to go into like to all of a sudden hate this person because it's like, they'd have to be like, he's a pedophile. Oh, all right. Well, fuck. I almost
but even that's
still
not
finding
good
him
enough.
funny. Yeah. Well, right, because
they protect each other in Hollywood.
Well, no, not even that. Just
like we found out this guy's a pedophile. No movies for you for 2 years.
Could you stop laughing at someone knowing that? Like, even if it was still funny?
I mean, I still touch myself to the Cosby Show. I wrote a funny song about Bill Cosby, but I'll talk about that later.
Well, but Jello.
No, it's a Red Hot Chili Pepper. Oh, it's Chili Peppers. Red Hot Chili Peppers. Californication. Yeah, it's called Cosby Communication. Because I was listening to Red Hot Chili Peppers, and I'm like, I
like to think of Cosby. I go back even further. I like to think of the Magic Pen. Remember that?
Yeah, with the little bumblebee on the top.
It was like the beginnings of like CGI, and he would draw on this whiteboard. Yeah, and it would make the noise. And it was so simple and innocent, and it was dumb cartoons, and I don't even remember what the hell they did.
I was obsessed with that thing. I wanted a pen that did that.
Well, we all did. Now look, we're like, okay, here's a perfect example. It's like we have those now. They're digital whiteboards. I mean, that's not even you could just add a sound effect to it.
Digital whiteboards suck. I want Bill Cosby's pen, and I want it now.
Well, now we're gonna sidetrack a bit, but Sesame Street, there was when we were young, there was this one guy. He used to have the box of sound. Mm-hmm. And it was a little box, right? And he had all different size boxes, and he would capture sound in the box, right? And as a kid, I'm going, I want that. I want to capture the sound. That's awesome. Now we walk around with things that capture sound.
But who can't? But everybody has them, so you're not special.
I know, but it just seems so magical. Mm-hmm. I mean, what was once magic is probably just science.
Well, I think we even talked about this. Sesame Street has like a homeless person on it now. And Oscar the Grouch is like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Hello.
But he was more like a hoarder. He wasn't like a dirty hoarder.
Yeah, well, he was
like a grumpy old man.
Yeah,
who
he was just an asshole.
Throw out the newspapers and shit. At least I assumed. Again, Yeah,
when I was a kid, I'm like, I want the talking box, but do I have a talking box? No, I have the same exact garbage can on the side of the house that this asshole lives in. And back to celebrities, like, yeah, but they care about. Who cares what they care
You know,
about?
just once you'd think that like the garbage man would mistake his home for like one of the regular garbage cans.
Dude, that would
And
be
then
hilarious.
the guy's like dumping it, and it just keeps going, and then like Snuffleupagus gets stuck and pops. Like his trunk is there, like the worm with the little worm goes out. Wait, quickly!
Just like Oscar gets dumped out, they hit the compressor button, and then
News at 5. Oscar the Grouch has been compacted.
but they don't know it for like a while. Kermit's like, anybody seen Oscar lately? Snuffleupagus is like, I don't know, ask Bird. Nobody could find him. And then all of a sudden the garbage can starts.
Wasn't this was one thing that now again you're a kid, you don't think of this shit, right? It was like Curious George, like the monkey.
Yeah,
He doesn't have a tail.
yeah.
He's not a monkey. I don't even think there are monkeys with no tails. He would be an ape then. So is he a chimpanzee?
He had a tail.
What?
Yeah.
Where was this?
Well, he lost his tail in an accident.
All right, now you're making this shit up.
No, well, he saw the garbage disposal and he got curious. Hence the name Curious George.
Okay, so moving on. I always stumped my kid with that when she was young. But Snuffleupagus was Big Bird's imaginary friend.
So, I don't know if that's
I'm pretty.
No, yeah, it was.
We have to look it up, right?
He wasn't his imaginary friend, but nobody could ever see him.
No,
he was
everyone saw
never
him.
around.
They would talk to him. No, they would talk to him. There was plenty of times that he was there when Big Bird wasn't. Absolutely. I mean, I watched, again, Sesame Street after when the kid was younger. It wasn't the same as when we were kids, but they would play the reruns. And, it's PBS rocks.
Yeah.
But how come everyone else can see it? I could let it, again, this is a kid's show.
I'm thinking
we're not supposed to think
this must be
into it.
This must be a Mandela effect. But I thought that whenever Big Bird talked about his friend Snuffleupagus, Snuffy would never be there for some reason. He had a photo shoot or he had to work late at the bar or whatever. And everybody's like, "Sure, Big Bird, Snuffleupagus." Like, is this guy smoking?
No, there were times.
crack again?
He even had like Primo spots by himself. Yeah, I remember. But then it made me think years later, like, how come everyone could see him if he's an imaginary friend?
Then he's not an imaginary friend.
Yeah, I guess. Let's not get into semantics. I mean, I don't hate the guy who's in the suit,
I do. Both of them. I hate the guy that's in the back even more because he's an ass kisser. Yeah.
I mean, how long do you do that job? That's got to be hot. You got fans
know,
in there,
right?
like lower conditioner. I mean, like, oh, fucking hot. Well, in Disney World, they have actually a circulation system in those costumes for like Mickey and them. There's no way they die in Florida.
Yeah,
You die in that costume if there weren't some kind of. It has to be like a NASA regulated temperature suit because otherwise they'd be dropping Mickeys left and right. One would go down, some manhole cover would just slide open, they'd pull them down, and another one would pop
What
up.
happened to Mickey Mouse? I'm okay, kids. Oh, boy. And the other
Look
guys,
over there! And everybody looks, right? And all of a sudden, there's another Mickey, his head slightly turned to the right, and the guy's like,
Hey, you gotta be careful being Mickey Mouse. You can't be like, Jesus Christ, it's hot in this fucking suit.
That's why they don't talk. Like, they never speak,
Yeah.
because not everybody can do Mickey Mouse, and they wouldn't sound. What if there's a female in there, or, two midgets stacked on each other? Oh, you can't say midgets.
Oh, yeah.
Little people?
Yeah.
Two little people hold like on each other's shoulders.
Yeah. What would happen?
One controls arms and legs control the feet because he can't.
Mommy, how come Mickey Mouse looks like he has cerebral palsy? Yeah. Oh, Johnny, that's because it's not one human. There's two midgets in there. Wow, Mom.
Half the price. Half the human. Terrible, man.
That's
fucked up.
Like all fucked up Mickey Mouse look.
Well, that I was, we were talking about like something came up at work, and they were like, it's like a job for everybody. You always wonder, like, I don't know how this person does this job, right? And you're like, but there's a job for everybody. Like, they look at another job and go, I don't know how this person does this job, right? And this is how it works. And then, just again, dominoes forever. Yeah. But the idea that like there's some things I'm just like I'm never gonna do that. I never.
Yep.
Unless that was the only job left. Like,
yeah, it's like talking to the guy. How do you feel like being in the Snuffleupagus suit? The guy in the back.
Yeah. Do they switch? Maybe they switch. Maybe they take turns.
No. Like once the guy's in the front, he's no. Fuck you. I'm
not giving
staying
up the front.
No, your face in my ass, and
he's got to control like the legs, and then who controls the I mean, are this his feet walking and his arm controls?
That's the secret
I love
of the
puppeteers,
trade.
honestly. I think puppeteering is a phenomenally artistical thing.
It's awesome.
Like, it's underrated beyond all repair. The fact that these people make like they anthropomorphize pillows with eyes on them, and like they have facial expressions, and even when they don't have, generally there's not really animatronics. They just make it look good.
Yeah, and there's so many tiny little strings, and one tiny little movement of your pinky makes it gives you like all this expression.
Or even like when they squeeze one side of it, like it'll wink the eye or like make like an eyebrow raise. But there's no button for that. It just happens to make it look that way.
Yeah.
Now, do we see it as a pattern and again affiliate to the emotion that it's showing and the fact that a friggin' puppet can show emotion?
You ever see the movie Being John Malkovich?
Oh crap! I feel
It's about a guy who's a puppeteer.
Yeah, I think I did. He was really messed up, wasn't he? Like as a person.
Yeah, well, I mean, he just did very sexual things with the puppets, and some guy beat the crap out of him.
Okay. I remember vaguely, and it was a long time ago.
And he goes home to his wife, and he's all beat up, and his lip is all swollen. And his wife goes, "Honey, what happened?" And he goes, "I'm a puppeteer." Because he couldn't even say it right. His old bloody mouth.
Terrible.
Like, you're a perverteer.
I think it's a lost profession too because of, CGI probably ran it out.
Yeah.
As much as it did. Anyway, I don't know where we went with that.
Whatever. We're just talking about how
Back to hating actors and actresses.
Yeah, all them scum of the earth telling me how
I
to
don't,
live
I don't have
my
any
life.
that I hate. I don't care.
Well, I don't hate them.
Like when I watch a good actor, like I've seen some where it's like it's terrible acting. I can't watch this show.
Oh, yeah,
right. I don't really care whether it's their fault. Could be the writer's fault. Could be the producer's fault. Could be the fucking director's fault. I mean,
like Ben Affleck. Oh, he's so bad. He's so bad.
But you see, like then I go back to like Mallrats and Dogma, and that was great.
Yeah, the writing, everything was great. I mean, Ben Affleck's acting sucked in that movie.
You think? Because I honestly think it was more genuine than most others because I think it was allowed to be. They were almost playing themselves sort of as other people. Like, I don't know. But again, I'm not like a savvy, like,
I mean, I like Matt Damon in that movie. I thought,
Yeah, but, But do you like Matt Damon's acting?
I don't know. It depends on the movie.
I just like Kevin Smith, but I just, whenever I like Reindeer Games, that was terrible. Okay, he played the worst Daredevil ever. Freaking, what's his name? Affleck. Worst Daredevil ever. Oh my God. It was horrible.
He's like, all right, now I'm going to jump over this marble.
But Daredevil, the show that was on, I don't remember what channel it was on, but it was on Netflix at one point. Amazing. Did a great job playing Daredevil. Really did. And that's like a show. So like, I look at all the money they pump into the movies, right? Like hundreds of millions of dollars.
It's crazy.
And then the show is like it's got to be at least half that. I mean, especially to go on like 5-6 seasons, the movie is like one go. Even if they record 4 hours and you only get 2. That show, that means if there's 5 seasons, it has like, what, 50, 60, 70 hours worth of recording?
That's 30 movies.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
There were guys that are movie
I don't
stars
get it.
that were like, I would never be on TV. Because it's like below, like meanwhile, if somebody's
Right?
like, hey, Rob, you on a TV show? I'd be like, hell yeah.
It did take a flip where like we are much more inclined. I am way more inclined to watch a series. Even if it's a bad series, even if it only lasted one season, I'd rather watch that than the movie that's based on the series.
Yeah.
I don't know why, because I just feel like there's more substance, even if it was bad substance.
And when people tell me, the book was better, I just want to punch them right in the face.
I know. Every time I hear that, I'm going, every book is better because it's like 600 pages.
Yeah.
And there's details you just can't add. Of course,
And not only
better.
that, okay, when somebody says this to me, oh, I read the book. I think the book is better. Do you know what they're really saying to me?
I read
read books.
Yeah.
Well, good for you.
I've said I've read the books, but I've never said the books are better.
Yeah.
What I try to do is, I mean, if I can, not watch the movie until I've read the book. If I'm going to read the book.
Right.
If I'm never going to read the book, fuck it, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, what was the Martian? I want to read the book, but if I see the movie, I don't care.
Yeah.
At that point, because I know that the book will be amazing, and I'll make a better picture of than him growing shit potatoes.
People tell me, they're like, well, if you read the book, you could make the movie in your head. I'm like, no, Steven Spielberg made the movie for me, and I'm sure he's pretty good at making movies.
Yes, that's how reading works. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
But you know what really cracks? I was thinking there are people out there. We spoke about this once on a podcast a long time ago, one of our episodes, that there are people out there that have no mind's eye, that can't see things. Like when I say picture a duck. You know, whether you picture a mallard or one of these ugly Muscovy things that run around here, it doesn't matter. You have a picture of a duck in your head. There are people that have no, or whether it's Donald Duck. Some people have no mind's eye. So it makes me wonder, when they read a book, do they not get the visual?
No, they can't.
Or, I mean, I don't know. I never actually looked into that, but I just thought of it now because that's fascinating. Because that was like the best part about reading a book. Right. You know, you create there were times that I could actually almost even smell the surroundings in a book. Like, they described it to a point where I know what moss smells like in fresh cut grass. I know what autumn leaves smells like. You know, if you know what you smell, what the smell is, you can almost create it, even if it's in your head.
Yeah.
Fascinating, but it makes me wonder. I'm gonna have to look into that.
I know if I'm gonna like a book, like in the first 2 sentences. If I start reading and they say, the clouds were separated and the beam of the moon. Okay, you suck. Stop it right there. I know you're trying to paint this big picture and you think that you're a great writer. Please.
You never get past the suffix. That's terrible.
No, I mean like Fahrenheit 451. It was a pleasure to burn. I'm like, now this is a guy I can relate to.
Is that how it started?
Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah. That's a good catcher.
Yeah.
Right there. I didn't
Especially me being a pyromaniac. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna read this book from cover to cover, and then I'm gonna light it on fire.
And you come to realize that they made the book fireproof. It's like coated in fire retardant material, and you're like, damn you ruined my dream.
He's like, yes, Rob's been in a mental asylum for 15 years trying to burn this
He's
book.
still trying to burn the book.
He's gnawing at it, but it's toothproof. Fuck you, Ray Bradbury.
Pages are made of ceramic. Yeah, I never read it when it was the big hype back then. But I mean, I used to read so much more. And honestly, I am.
Me too.
I don't know if I call it being lazy, but we didn't have streaming, cell phones like YouTube. We didn't have media in our hand.
Yeah.
And it's like, I could read, and there's nothing. I read lots of things, but I don't read for pleasure anymore. Let's put it that way. When I did, but we had no choice. I couldn't carry around a phone.
No.
Right, with a movie or something or a pod. There wasn't even such a thing as a podcast, other than we called it AM radio.
Yeah.
Right. So the idea that like I just turned it down. Like I don't need to I'll read when I have to read, but I don't read for pleasure like that.
Yeah. Like I don't even read the directions when I get something. I go on YouTube how to use this.
Yeah. Well, you don't even have to. You just scan the QR with your phone and like the video pops up or something.
Well, I like going on YouTube.
Do they ever even come with directions anymore?
Yeah, directions. Go to YouTube.
Yeah. They
Type
direct
in,
you to the highest rated YouTube channel.
Or do you know what I do? I'll go and I'll look like how to use the, whatever Magic 2000. Type it in. And there'll be like 5-6 videos of how to use it. One of them is 11 minutes and 49 seconds. One of them is 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Click. This guy's going to get to the point. The other one's like, have you ever been wondering, gee, how am I going to do this and this?
It's not always true, but you are pretty...
Hey, I'm going to take it out of the box. I'm like, mine's already out of the box, asshole. How the fuck do you use this thing?
If I go to a how to use and you still got it in the box... All right, next.
Yeah, I know.
I'll give you that one.
Like, you had the moron standing at the mailbox waiting. It should be here any minute now.
I did that for the dishwasher. I had got a Samsung new dishwasher, and like they don't really tell you how to use it. And it is pretty simple. You press the button, you put the stuff in, you push the button, and you close it. Right. But there's other buttons, but they don't tell you like when and how and why to use them.
Yeah.
Or even how to clean it. Like you just assume you pop this thing out, you pull this in. You don't want to pull the wrong thing; you'll break your shit. It's not even my dishwasher I rent, right? So you got to watch. I've watched like 4 of these things, and because you want to make sure that like the 3 I watched before say similar to almost exact things that the other guys say. And this one guy, he's a fucking moron. I'm not gonna listen. Dislike. I couldn't push the dislike enough.
Yeah. But it could be worse. You could be at the dentist, he's got you all numbed up, and all of a sudden you hear this. Hold on 1 second, Dave. Hold on a second. How to Extract a Molar.
Resident Alien.
What?
Have you watched it?
Yeah, of course.
When he's given the pelvic exam.
Oh, yeah.
Did
When
you
he's
take a picture?
and she's like into it, like,
And
yeah.
he's like, it's my first day, and he does a selfie, and she's like, meh. It's great.
That was
And
a
he's
great
like,
show.
humans, they have to go to school for 10 years. I'm as a scientist on my planet. I could learn this in 5 minutes. You know?
Yep.
He looks up everything. Yeah. But that's it. Well,
I just wanted to touch on hypocrisy a little bit.
yeah. Well, I mean, we're not. Unfortunately, we are not short of it, and every single one of us is guilty of it, probably every day. Whether it's by social cues, whether it's by politeness or compassion or empathy or just
Being a
ego.
hypocrite?
Yeah, we're gonna be hypocritical at one point in the
I
day.
actively try to not. I make that one of the number
No, I get
one
it,
things
but there
in
are
my
times that you almost can't avoid it.
life. And then I catch myself.
Yeah, I mean, or you just whatever.
Some people love being a hypocrite. They just love it. They can't wait.
They can't wait.
Yeah.
They set a timer on their phone.
Like, beep. Oh, look,
Time
it's
to
6
hypocrite.
Look, it's 6 o'clock. I'm going to be hypocriting the shit out of this right now. Hold on a second. Everybody, hold on. Let me take a sip out of this Coca-Cola
There are things
bottle.
that I actively changed to not be. But I agree with you. I think it's really hard. And just the fact that humans are hard, we have problems with change as it is. But sure. So, okay. So if there's, now that you mentioned that, because I'm trying to think of one myself. Is there one thing that you can say, I am hypocritical in this and I want to change?
No.
You're a liar.
I mean, I'm not saying there isn't. I
Robert
can't think. I
is
can't
a
think
liar.
of
I know. I
something.
put you on the spot. I can't. Think
I mean,
of-
because
I'm sure there is, but
I mean, I may be a lot of things. I try not to. I mean, I used to love being like a sarcastic jerk and being mean to people because I was good at it. I could tell you to go to hell, and you'd be like, "Wow, I'm gonna go pack my bags."
Yeah.
I'll laugh,
or you'd smile and laugh it off, and they don't realize you're insulting them.
But the one thing
I got paid
I
to do
always try to pride myself on is not being a hypocrite, because I hate when people do it.
Yeah,
and I consciously try not
it's
to do
tough, man. I can't really think of one other than
it. If I do something bad, I won't tell you not to do it.
right. But yeah.
Period.
That's a tough one. I guess someone would have to call you out on your hypocrisy.
Yeah.
And then be able to prove it for you to even admit it. Because I think most people wouldn't even... Maybe you don't realize you're doing it, some people. I can't think of one. I wasn't trying to put you on the spot. That's why I asked you, because I can't even think of one that I would put against it. Because I don't really think like that. I don't care.
I mean, I think people that do podcasts are assholes.
These two certainly are. And we're good at being... Well, not podcasting, but at least assholing.
Yeah, that's for sure.
We're good at assholing? Can you... Well, no, that sounds like docking.
Oh, speaking of that, I wanted to open up a steakhouse and call it the Black Angus.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. That being said, all right.
Did you just want everyone to steal your idea?
No, I just wanted to people. Oh, let's go to the Black Angus, and I'll be like, hell yeah, I'll go to the Black Angus.
I mean, is that like calling it the yellow Kobe?
No, but a black anus. Angus anus, and just look at this big. Have a big.
Got it.
Yeah,
like a balloon knot right on the
right,
sign.
yeah.
Got it.
Right
Okay.
on the sign.
Very offensive, I guess, or
Yeah.
or something. I mean, if it was a medical store, maybe you offered colonoscopies, and then that's good marketing.
Yes.
One that's puckered, one that's open. I think we've taken this too far.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, it just got gross. We're going to end this podcast. But thanks for listening to A Lifetime of Conversations. And, you can hit us up with comments on Spotify and YouTube. I mean, let us know, what is your least favorite type of, let's say, global hypocrisy?
Mm-hmm.
If you have something. Or your least favorite actor who, in turn, is hypocritical.
They're all hypocrites.
I know. I said,
hypocrite from
least favorite.
Okay.
But anyway, so we'll catch you guys next time.
Peace.